Hi everyone, it's Cherie from Paper Pieces and Leftovers. So I wasn't planning on doing this piece. It is from Cuddly Cute Designs. It is Superhero Boys. She's changed her prices because that pack was actually $40 and I waited until it went on sale and it was still kind of costly. Now it's only $10 for all of them. And there's 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. But this is Hulk Boy from that set. So I dry pieced him because I made the mistake of just going in and gluing him. I tried to save him, but there just wasn't any saving. So that's why we are going to do the video putting him together so you don't end up with a piece that looks like mine. Just because I didn't follow my own advice. It looked pretty simple for dry piecing, and sadly mistaken, it's not. So the only difference is going to be, you're going to have these two pieces here, his toes and his feet, his toes and his feet. They won't be glued together. You just have to glue them. Now for my paper, I used black for his hair, and I do add my own swatches when I have paper that goes in the books that is not listed. And I used sandable lime for him. And then for his shorts, I went and used Mardi Gras Purple by Encore. So the sandable lime is American Crafts, but it's Coordinations. And it is from 12 by 12 Cardstock Shop. Majority of my papers from there, along with the Encore. So it's American Crafts, but it's the Coordinations brand. So let's go ahead and get him going. I made him 5 inches tall, so his head is way bigger than 2 inches wide. I told you guys I don't really use that rule anymore just because other people are using it, not explaining why I was doing it, which is fine. They like my rule of thumb, that's okay, but I don't use it anymore. I try to go by sizing and the height just because depending on where you get your files from, you can have a head that's 2 inches and he'll still only be 3 inches tall. So just keep that in mind. I try to do height, not width anymore. And I've changed so much of my scrapbooking and my techniques just so they're still individual to me. But even like my shading and my chalking and my inking. In another video, if I can find it again, I found a piece of cardstock that I had inked in Catherine Pooler. It's my Franklin. You can barely see any ink on the edges, so be careful. If you are using Catherine Pooler, I recommend putting some kind of other base with it. You know, you might have to ink it twice. So we're going to glue his arms down. But I think I put the book back in the closet. Yeah, you can barely see my edges. We're going to glue his legs down next. It is going to get tricky, and what I did is I made little tick marks because I already lined them up. I will be right back. I'm going to pause it. Hold on. All right. So I don't know why I told you guys to hold on. That's funny. So I'm just trying to... He's inked. You can just barely see it. This is an older bear, as you guys know. This is about 3 years old, and it's fading more and more. I don't like my eyelashes. There are so many things I do different, and that's what I was talking about. Like, I've changed up so much. If I do keep him, I'm going to rip his head off and redo it because he looks scared. But be careful with your inks, you guys, and that's why I do stress in a lot of my videos. You want to use something that is archival and premium permanent dye ink because there's the proof. It does fade, and she does say it fades. All inks that are not archival are going to fade. And you never know how much until the years go on. But that set I did probably about 3 years ago. And I'm just a little worried because of some of you guys that did get orders from me way back when. If your pieces fade that much, just message me and I will go ahead and see what I can work out with you. So you're going to have the shorts. They're here. You're going to have a rounded edge and then a flat edge. The flat edge goes on the inside. You're going to glue these down. What I did is I glued the body down and then I glued these down, not realizing that if you glue the body down first. Let me show you the mistake I made. I don't want to lose his belly button. So I thought, oh yeah, this is how it goes. Hold on, one of these, that's the old one. If you glue the body down first and then his pant legs, which I tried to save it the other way and I'll show you guys, but I had already not caught it fast enough when I let it dry. So I was working, doing my stuff. It was dry permanently. Came back to glue these on, and that's just not going to work. So, and I tried raising it, but then the bottom was showing. You can't save it. So we're going to glue his arms on and then his legs. Now we're going to do his shorts, and they are going to overlap a little bit in the middle, and then we'll glue his body on or his feet. It doesn't matter which way. You can actually do his feet before his shorts, and his toes have little ridges in the foot so they line up. And I still put gobs of glue, and this is American Crafts glue. Like, this stuff is so permanent, and I don't know why I still use as much as I do. I guess because I'm so used to using other glues, and you had to use a lot to kind of ensure that they were going to stick forever. But old habits die hard, right? All right, so yes, there we go. And I got a little speck of glue on his shorts, so we will take that off later with just a little gummy eraser once it dries, because you don't want to tear your paper, your cardstock. So now we're going to put his feet on, but I wasn't planning on doing this as a video. It was just something that came up, and I said, let me save everybody the grief that I went through, because I had to recut him out, and he was already inked, so then I had to re-ink him, which, you know, I don't mind inking. I love my inks. I got a bunch of new inks. I spent, so far I'm at $800 and some odd on, I think I only have 20 refills, but all of the line of ink pads, and that's okay. Hubby said if I need them, I need them, but I wanted to make sure that they were archival and fade resistant, because a lot of you guys purchase your pieces from me and you get custom orders. I mean, I can't keep up with as many requests for orders as I get. You guys, I appreciate you all, and thank you for being patient on your orders, but I don't want them to fade from this point forward, so we changed everything. And that's just me. If it's my personal scrapbook, then if it's a color that I really, I love Catherine Pooler inks, and I do use them for my stamping. Because I really, if you throw the card I made you out, I'm okay with that, because I'll never know. So I did, again, the little notch up here just so I knew where to place his head. And this is me eyeballing it. I just tried to line it up with his shoulders, the neck part with his shoulders. And you can put it kind of wherever you want. There's no right or wrong. It's just the order needs to go in a certain direction so you don't have the outcome that I did. And yes, I was sad. Just because I was on a roll, ready to go, and then that happened. So after we glue his body on, then goes his pants. And I really love this purple combo. It's just so perfect. And I'm loving Encore paper, but, you know, with the inked edges, it's just perfect. So I'm not going to glue his head down yet, just because I'm still going to do a couple more things, and he looks really funny without hair. That I'm going to just say, he does not come with a base. There is another way to do a base, and it's importing a finished image and then putting it all together, welding it and flattening it. But I have a harder time sizing and getting it where the base doesn't show through or protrude. And I found just dismantling him and doing it the old school way that I showed you guys with the Franklin, it is a lot easier for me, because my pieces are already appropriate. Because if you do it the other way and you import the finished piece and then you flatten them out, it's going to give you the shadow base. But the thing is then you have to resize your base and your pieces to get them not to have anything poking through from behind. So keep that in mind. It is easier, but it's more work because there's always going to be a part poking through. They don't import it the same size, unfortunately. Let's put his belly button on and then we'll put his hands on. But I just kind of wanted to give you guys a heads up on putting him together because, yes, I hit a glitch in the matrix with him and it was no fun. I was just kind of sad. Oh man, he looks so funny without hair. I have to put his hair on for now. And the only reason why is because I'm gonna shade his hair a little bit. I'm gonna add some shade to it, some highlights. And if he's glued down, then what happens, I end up with all the indents from the layers of his head and where it meets the base. So I just kind of try to pull them apart, do whatever shading I'm gonna do, and then I'll glue them together. If I'm absolutely certain that this is the face that I wanna go with, just because I may or may not want to recut out his face again, do it one more time, and put a mouth on him, or dig in my stamps that I have of mouths, smiles. I'm absolutely not sure yet, so if I don't glue his face down, then I can just take his head off and stamp if that's what I decide to do. But he's done, guys. This is the no-no. This is the yes. Any questions, let me know. I just wanted to, like I said, save you guys the frustration of what I did. I wasn't frustrated with the piece. I was frustrated with myself because it didn't look like it went in that order. But now I know for her next pieces, because it appears that they're all going to be layered in the same manner. As far as Robin and Spider-Man, you're going to do the legs, and if they have pants or shorts, whatever the case be, and then the body and whatever goes on top of the body. So just kind of keep that in mind for whichever pieces you do. But again, this is from Cuddly Cute Designs. Tammy is really nice. She reaches out to me and helps me when I struggle. And she says she loves the videos, and she saw the difficulty I had with the one sign. But I had explained to her also, though, I was leaving stuff out and adding different stuff and trying to show a more complicated one. Generally, they go together really easy when you have just the arms, the legs, the feet, the body, and the head, because you don't have to worry about the hair, the toes, the hands, etc. But the finished product, when you import it, it's going to import at one size, and then when you import the pieces, it imports at another size. And sizing them accordingly sometimes is really hard, especially with this new Mac, because it's the 8K. And it zooms in very clear, but sometimes for some reason my screen will shift and the mouse, it's almost like the mouse is going to move, even though I'm not moving it. And I know in one of my videos it showed it, but it'll sway a little bit. And so then my sizing is even more off. But it's just going to be whatever works for you. You can either import the completed image and just flatten it out, or you can just break it apart, take your main pieces like I showed with the Franklin, and weld it together that way. But it's up to you, whatever you're comfortable with, and play around with it. I will see you guys all later. Have a good day.